What's up, guys? It's your boy Damian Ray here. Instead of uploading a song tonight, I wanted to just talk instead. I'm going to talk about a very important subject, and I'm not scripting it or anything. I'm just going right off the heart because personally, I am somebody that believes that you're being most genuine when you don't have anything scripted beforehand, when you don't have it all planned out. You just go right from the heart. So today we're going to be talking about mental health. So first off, I'm going to start this with just talking a little bit about my story. If you don't know me already, a lot of you probably have been part of my journey for many years now. You may have known me as Young D-Man, you may have known me as D-Ray, or you might have just heard of the kid from Facebook, because there was a time around like 2013 or 14, one of those years, where basically instead of doing YouTube, I went a unique route and I was using Facebook to get my name out there. And I really did get pretty well known. It was really crazy. I literally had like thousands of messages a day, and I just heard so many amazing stories from you guys. You know, you guys have all impacted me just as much as I have impacted you, just so you know that. I'll never forget this one time when I got a message from a girl that was telling me that her friend was feeling suicidal and she was about to end her life. So she asked me if I would write a song for her. So I got right on that. I made a song called Looking for the End. Looking for the end as your heart starts to bend, broken by some more people now and then, once again, but within, I'm thinking of another way to help. So no, you may not know how to do it besides yourself. I still remember the lyrics. Go figure. That was so long ago. But anyway, so that song, Looking for the End, I wrote that, I put that on Facebook. It resonated with a ton of people, and most importantly, her. I got a longer message after this telling me that I straight up saved her life. And that's when I knew that this is not a joke. Like, straight up, this is bigger than just music for me. It always has been, and it always will be. You guys know I've always posted like inspiring statuses over the years. I put up some videos about how I feel regarding the world and the stuff I've been through and just all these things. No matter what has happened, I have always been someone for the people, and get it straight, that has never changed and it never will. You know, my name is literally Damian Ray. When you think about what that actually means, it comes from ray of sunshine. And interestingly enough, my mom named me Damian Ray knowing that I would be a ray of sunshine, and I just happened to name my fan base Sun Rays because that's part of the whole brand, you know, like spreading light in this world and all that. So it's crazy. Just everything is connected, but especially on the mental health side though, my point is that you guys may have seen me for a lot of years, and then you didn't see me for quite a few years. Like, I basically had to disappear, and, you know, it's something that is very misunderstood in the sense of literally disappearing, because for me, it wasn't a choice. What happened to me has to do with mental health, which is why I'm talking about this in the first place. So it's one of those things, like, it can be hard to talk about and stuff, but I accept a lot of it now, like truly for what it is and everything, and I'm proud of all of it. So I'm just gonna straight up put it out there. You know, it all started in 2011 when I went by Young D-Man. That was my very first artist name. That was when I was amateur. I wasn't completely ready, you know, for everything just yet. But I had a dream, I had a vision, I knew what I wanted, and, you know, I was going for it. And so, I'm going to make a very long story short, but basically with Young D-Man, considering I was amateur, I had literally just started rapping and everything, you know, I was new to all of this. I went through a lot of bullying and stuff. And the thing about bullying is that it's not just something that happens and then it's over. No, bullying literally fucks with your psyche, with your brain, with your mind, with your whole entire being. And so for me, after all the bullying, as it was literally all the time, every day, even outside of school, just the whole thing, it really messed with me. And this is the ironic part about it. I'm a kid that is striving to change the world and help people through what I love and living my dream and everything. Even though I've gone through so much pain and betrayal and just, been fucked over countless times, just like, I'm not even going to list all the stuff, but you guys that have been with me know what I'm talking about because you literally saw all of it. So, seriously, just mental health is the most important thing in the world, okay? Take it from me. I was at the pinnacle of my music career in about 2016. And then the irony of this as well is that in that same year, my whole life just went completely rock bottom. I lost myself. I didn't know who the fuck I was anymore. I wasn't talking to anybody. I was super anxious. I wasn't really eating. I couldn't sleep. I was always having nightmares. I was in the hospital constantly. Just all these things. And guess what? It all stemmed back to all those years being bullied. And guess what? I didn't really think anything of it at first. Like, this is what's so weird about it, is that even though it happened years ago, and it happened like sometimes after that, but like the brunt of it, like when it was happening really bad, was in the very beginning. But here's the thing. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, all that shit that people gave me constantly, and even my family, like literally my family got shit from people too. Yeah, that's how ridiculous this all was. It literally just really, really fucked with me to the point that I lost myself. I understand now that it was all meant to happen the way it did, and I ended up having a spiritual awakening through every single thing that happened. But I can't lie and act like this is all sunshine and rainbows either in the end, because the truth is, I missed like a whole 3-4 years of my life, it felt like. Just constantly like trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I'm at the doctors and literally being told, oh, you're too complicated, we don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Just like all these things in my life, like, and all at once. Like, I didn't have my music equipment, which was stolen at this time. I just couldn't even talk to people, like, without overthinking it and everything. I lost my creativity at this time. I had really no friends. Just like all this stuff. It all adds up, especially when you're dealing with something like PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And, a lot of people speak on those topics without knowing what it's actually like, and they just tell you, oh, get over it, oh, it's not a big deal, oh, it happened years ago, what's the problem? Don't listen to any of those people, because they just don't understand it. And I'm telling you, I am somebody who fucking understands it. It literally was my life ever since that day I decided to be an artist. And no, I don't regret it. Let's not get that part twisted. I'm just telling you through experience and a little bit of insight as to what actually happened with me. Like I said, I didn't even go into every single detail. I'm going to leave that for the music, as well as maybe some future talks. But for right now, my point is just people need to take care of their mental health. Like, seriously. For me, where I didn't really have much friends and stuff, I couldn't trust many people, I was always being made fun of and all this. My fans were my friends, my fans were my family. So at this point in time where everything is falling apart, it literally felt like I had nobody because I wasn't able to be online and stuff like that either. To me, it was almost like living a double life. Like every time going in school and stuff, I get all this hate, be pushed around and shit. And then when I come home, it's, oh my God, D-Ray, oh, you're the best. I love you so much. Just like this is all new to me. And so eventually, no doubt, like with the amount of pressure that came with like the taste of fame that I had and everything, that definitely was part of like just the whole falling apart too, because I was constantly like trying to act like I'm okay. I really didn't show or talk too much about what was actually happening, and it's almost like the love and just how much I adore music and putting it out and stuff, making my dream a reality. It's almost like that masked what was actually happening at the time, and then eventually it all just fucking blew up in my face. Because like I told you, I was at the pinnacle of my career in 2016. Like literally, I had to cancel all of the touring that was planned. I had an album that I was working on, which was called Beauty in the Dark, which has now turned into an EP to this current day, because that name just always stuck with me. And just seriously, like all these plans that I had, everything was just going up and up. The momentum was crazy. And just like that, I had to stop all of it. With just, that was one of the hardest parts for me, is the fact of like, man, I didn't want this, but clearly God had other plans, and so thankful now, like I understand why all of it went down like it did at the time though. So in this time that I had to put my music career on hold and everything, that was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my whole life. Because for one, you guys know just how much I love music, how much I love talking to you guys, how much I just love like being me, like living to my fullest self, being the biggest expression of who Damien is. And I literally knew since I was 2 years old that I want to be a singer when I'm older. And it's like God works in mysterious ways. So it's like, especially in this case where I literally knew before I even knew left from right, like I knew what I wanted to do in my life. I mean, it's crazy. So, having to walk away like that. So at this time when everything was just falling apart, it was one of the hardest things of my life to have to just walk away from music like that. And, just not knowing like what the future held or anything. Like at this point in time, I was, not even sure I was going to live to see another day. Like there was literally a time when I was laying in my bed and my mom came in and she thought that I was dead. Like literally my heart, it stopped beating and everything. Like there was some really scary times in that period from 2016 onward. And so it felt kind of like the bullying days all over again, because when I had to step away out of my control, there's nothing more that I wanted than to just keep on growing, keep on talking to you guys, keep on living the dream. But the health just got so out of control to the point that I lost myself, like I said. And it's like just everything just completely fell apart. And so I had no choice to constantly be in the hospital, to be away from social media. I didn't have money or music equipment or anything that I had prior at that time. So that's just where everything led. And that's what I'm so excited about, and what means so much to me about this single, my debut single I've been telling you guys about, called Nothing Ever Changed. Well, that song is all about all of this. And so it means so much to me that after all this time, there's a lot of you that are not only still here for me, but you guys keep sending me like the most encouraging messages ever. And now that I'm ready and my mental health and everything is in check, the sky's the limit. And so this is all about showing the world nothing ever changed whatsoever. You know, I'm still the same kid that you guys knew, just more mature and wiser. You know, the music is even better now, just every single thing. I've just been on an evolution period. So now we're getting to that point where I'm ready to show the world. So I've been in the studio all year long, you know, working on my debut EP, Beauty in the Dark. And the first single is going to be dropping next month, hopefully December 17th. And so now it's just like realizing every single thing that happened, from the hospital trips to losing the music equipment to losing my creativity to being like feeling basically forced to change my name from D Ray to Damian Ray, because it's like the way I see D Ray is that's a completely different artist than the guy that you're hearing right now. You know, it's like some of the things are similar regarding like the inspiration, because it's the core of who I am as a human being. But D Ray was my teen era. Damian Ray is the one that had the experience of some fame and stuff like that, all the, you know, all the blessings that I had upon me even at a young age. Like I got to see what it was like to have all the love, you know, I got to see what it's like dealing with hate, just all these things that have now molded me into who I'm meant to be. Because it's like, realistically, you know, if you're going to be a public figure and everything, like, you got to have thick skin, man. You got to not care what people think. You got to just keep doing you, keep pushing forward. And me, at first, I was timid, and I did care what people thought, and I'm in a completely different spot now than I was then. So it's like literally everything happens for a reason, somehow, some way, it's all connected. And now that I've had experience with having a little bit of time like in the public eye, and just, you know, all the feelings, all the ups and downs that come with that kind of lifestyle, now I'm ready to handle it. You know, now I know what I'm getting into, and, you know, now I don't let any of it affect me anymore. And it's like I've evolved so much as a human being that now at this point I've never been for drama and stuff anyway, because that's, again, just not who I am as a human being. But it's like I've gone through so much pain at this point that I'm fucking unstoppable now. Like, when I tell you unstoppable, I really mean it. Like, I've always been hungry, you know, I've always had just this crazy drive, like, let's get it, let's go, you know, we got this. And I've encouraged other people with that energy too, you know, like, I just always feel like completely energetic. I always feel like myself really feeling good, and I want to share that with everybody. You know, life is short, so we have to do what we love and find a way to make it our life. And we need to listen to our hearts, because they're not there for no reason. Your desires are not there by accident. It's a preview of what your life could be. So for me, it's all just like, it's comeback season now. You know, I say comeback with quotes because I never really left, but people love comeback stories though, so why not run with it? You know, it's just like I was going through some things, had to put it on hold, go in other lanes. My health coming first, but sometimes when it rains, God save me now, I'm back to save y'all, nothing ever changed. I may or may not have just broke down in the song a little bit there, just kind of by habit now every time I say nothing ever changed, but nothing ever changed at all. I'm still that hungry kid that you guys knew all these years, that sees worldly love and people living their dreams and just the world being a better place in general. You know, I'm still driven as ever, and I'm still very much knowing what I'm capable of and what we're going to do for this world while we're here. So As of next month, I'm going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, all the music platforms. And now this is crazy in itself, because after all that I went through, now I'm really going to the next level, and you guys are coming with me. And it's such a blessing to know and see all of this. Nothing's changed at all. This is still what is meant to be. And so it just never stops. And at the end of the day, life is about finding yourself, finding the right people, finding your tribe, and just running with it. Don't listen to anybody that tells you why you can't do something. Don't listen to anyone that tells you what's impossible. It's all bullshit. It's all just beliefs. And beliefs are nothing but practiced thoughts. So you can change your beliefs. That's what I did. But best believe I've had some doubts and stuff too. It's part of being a human being, especially when you have mental health problems. Where for me, there was literally a time that it was all so dark that's part of why I couldn't create at that time, is because I just felt so awful that I really thought, man, how am I going to write this song when I can't even function right now? It's like it's a reality. Mental health stuff gets crazy sometimes, so you just gotta know, and take me as an example. You're not gonna be hurt. You just gotta stay strong, gotta keep the faith, and ultimately just know everything in this life, even if we don't understand it, there's a rhyme and reason to all of it. Life is basically a giant puzzle, and every single day that goes by, another piece, it all comes together as time goes on. So just know that you'll be okay. I'm okay. In fact, I'm thriving. I'm just ready for what's to come. It's a very exciting future ahead of us. It's closer than ever, and I can't wait for the world to see it. Much love to all of you, and just stay up, man. You need anybody, Damien Ray's got you. Alright, I love you guys. Hope you like this. Please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. My goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the end of this year, and I definitely know that we can hit that. So look out for the single next month and the music video and all the other stuff that's coming. It's far from the end. In fact, it's just begun with a new beginning. Peace.